fate of the universe on the line. Versus had a death be pointed on Earth. You better hit it or the Earth goes boom. I'm on Iguodala.
Look, see them hating ass niggas talking, tell them niggas stop it. Move back, baby, run down Texas. Off the Berkey, boy, I'm dangerous. I'm in the double R, shit look like a spaceship. Everything is up there, so the folks of my mission.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to the Redacts show. I'm your host, Feeq or Feeq, with my co-host, my other host, the host with the most.
Co-host Dana Dane in the building.
Yes, sir.
For everybody listen to us again. You know, as we come to the end of the year, we just want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in. You know, as always, you know, it hasn't even been a year yet, and it just feels like we've been doing this forever.
For real. Every time I figure out it's not a year, I'm just like, bro, it felt like I've been doing this for 3.
It has. You know, I think that just has a lot to do with our growth and our consistency and all that. But make sure you guys follow us, you know, share us, rate us a 5-star, comment, like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah. Click all our links because apparently Elon said we can't post links on Twitter no more or we'll get banned. So
I think it's just the way I read it. And this is a little tangent from our main topic, but from the way I read it, I think it's just like other competing social media brands. So I think we might still be good if we post like
the
our
Buzzsprout
stuff. But if we post some from
the
Instagram,
Linktree, yeah, I think we might have to take those out our bio too, like the
Linktree, maybe,
yeah, or like if you have IG, like you know, some people put their IGs in their bio. I think people got to take all that out their bios now.
Okay.
But fuck that guy.
Respectfully. But but today, before we get into our main topic, you know, it's how you been doing, man? Been doing good?
Man, I'm not gonna lie, man. I've been doing pretty good. Had some interviews. Had a final interview Friday of this recording, or it was a Friday? Whatever day it was. Had the final round interview. So I should know within probably the next 72 hours about the position, the start date, all that. So
yes, sir.
I'm claiming it now.
Yes, sir. Speaking into existence.
Yeah. And then outside of that, man, got to see Messi win the World Cup. Hey,
yes,
bro.
Sir.
Oh, man, I was yelling at the TV the whole game.
I can only imagine watching that game live, like on TV, and just, I can only imagine being in that stadium.
I think I would have passed
witnessing
out.
all that, you know, back and forth and shit like that. Because I already know people watching it on TV was bad. For me, I unfortunately was tired and slept. I watched the highlights. The highlights were crazy.
Bro.
So I can only imagine watching the game.
Watching it real
crazy.
time. Oh, my goodness.
Crazy. Now, shout out to the real GOAT, Messi, bump all the Ronaldo fans. You know what I'm saying? But the real GOAT, Messi, and Kylian Mbappe, he the young GOAT. This is the game, in my opinion, where the torch is being passed. You know, and I'm glad Messi got to end on a good note. But like after this, Mbappe's about to go scorched earth, in my opinion.
Every match he's in, everything is gonna run through Mbappe for the next probably 15 years because people don't. He's only 23. He's gonna play. Unless we won't even say it, but unless like some crazy injury happens,
God forbid.
Yeah, knock on wood. But unless something crazy like that happens, he's gonna play probably until he's 40, or at least high 30s.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
These next 3-4 World Cups, he might win them all. Depending on how the French team is behind him, he might win them all.
And it's kind of ironic because Messi, plays with Paris Saint-Germain.
Yeah.
So in a French club against the French team, beating his teammate in Mbappe, both wearing number 10. So,
bro, somebody has said on Twitter they was like Mbappe is gonna sell Messi next week.
That'd be hilarious. Messi could retire right now, and he would be on a high.
Yeah, you know he's going to Miami. He's supposed to go to FC Miami. Oh, is that the
Messi?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he signed a deal with them, MLS deal.
I'm starting to see like a lot of prominent players sign over here. I guess I don't even think it's for the league. I think it's just for the standard, like for the standard of living in America.
Oh no, they said he's gonna stay in the Europa League.
Oh, okay.
But he was supposed to be Inter Miami. I don't know why I said FC Miami. Inter Miami. Yeah, because Zlatan came over here. He played with, was it the Galaxy?
Yeah, LA Galaxy.
Yeah.
And then Wayne Rooney and all them.
Yeah, so very good day in sports history. Sports as a sports fan, it was insane. Like the series of World Cup events. As a football fan, this was insane. You couldn't ask for nothing better.
This is probably more you could ask for as a soccer fan, as a football fan.
Yeah, I think the only thing that could have made this game a little bit more better is if it was Ronaldo against Messi. Beyond that, this game was 100. That would have just made it 101.
Yeah, I kind of disagree, but I kind of disagree in the sense of like Ronaldo wasn't. There was a lot of drama behind Ronaldo and the team, and I don't know if like it would have lived up to the hype.
Yeah,
as maybe people thought it would have been. You know, I think I'm glad with what we got in terms of Mbappe. Like,
this match is
Messi. You know, the storyline was just crazy. But yeah, it was a great day to be a soccer fan.
How you been? I know we went on a tangent. I'll ask you this time since we didn't get to ask it last week.
Well, I appreciate it, man. I'm glad you are so interested in how am I doing. Nah, I'm playing, but I've been doing good. School's done. Got all my grades back. Made all A's.
Yo.
So going in this final semester, 5 more months. That's really just gonna be on my mind. Just 5 more months, and I'll be walking that stage. Done. I was thinking it like earlier today, like 2023 is gonna be the year of the Dane. It's gonna be the year of the Dane.
For real. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta make a shirt right now.
Put on a shirt, put on a hat, you know, the year of the Dane.
You gotta get 3 separate pictures. You know, like they be doing with athletes now, like 3 separate like tip pictures. They be like, it'd be like a small one, a medium one, then like they face in the background. You gotta get a shirt like that made.
That'd be funny. But I'm just excited for next year. You know, me and my girlfriend, Ijoma, have been doing really good.
Yo.
You know, got her some Christmas gifts, so excited to give her those.
Okay.
And you know, we're going to a Rockets game sometime this coming Wednesday. Got some decent seats.
You heard that, woman?
Really good.
If he wanted to, he will. Yo.
I mean, just, you know, as a man in a relationship, if you think you're doing enough, there's always more you can be doing. You know what I'm saying? But that's not to say like what you're doing is not enough. Don't ever think that. But, you know, just, you know, don't ever think you should stop. You know, don't ever think you should stop applying pressure, even if you have her. Like, they like that shit.
Write that down.
Yeah. Her cousin would say, you like that. You like that.
Oh, boy.
Nah, but we're doing good. Yeah, this excited. And the year's coming to an end.
It is.
It's about to be cold as a brick.
Bro.
These next few weeks.
It's supposed to be 20. So for y'all don't know, we stay in Redacted. And y'all if you listen to us, you know where we stay long enough. We practically say where we stay at this point. But it's supposed to be 20 degrees. It's supposed to hit a 20 and then a high of like mid 30s from like Thursday to Saturday? It's supposed to be, I think it's like 3 or 4 days.
And
I saw that.
To stay. It wasn't like that last cold front where it was maybe cold for like a week and it got back kind of warm. I think it's going to be cold and stay cold for the next few weeks.
And I hate the cold, bro. I don't know how y'all deal with it. It hurts. It make your body ache.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at the weather right now, just in my area, and the highs is like, well, that Thursday is like a high 37, and I think that night is when it hits, because the low is 27, and that Friday, the high is supposed to be like 34.
Nigga, I'm going to put a blanket on my car. I don't want that bitch
I don't
outside.
even know if I'm going to work that day, if I'm being dead honest.
I don't think I'm gonna leave the crib. There's no point. It's too cold. Fuck am I gonna do? Then you have to send your car for like 30 minutes so it actually warm up and you don't mess it up.
Yeah. Speaking of that, you know what's funny? Did you see that tweet where it was like some dude tweeted was like women just be getting in their car and going?
Yeah.
And it was like a shit ton. Even my girlfriend commented and sent it to me and was like, I don't get it. Like, are you not supposed to do? It was like a shit ton of women that was just like, is that not what you're supposed to do?
Supposed to let your car warm up a little bit. Let the engine
it warm up, especially when it's cold. Like if it's a cold engine. This is for anything that has an engine in it. Like if it's a lawnmower, shit, weed eater, car, motorcycle.
And you can tell when to go when you look at the hot heat and the heat and cold. I forgot the exact name. That's pretty much the dial that tells you if your car overheating. Let it get practically midway, then you know your car good enough.
Yeah.
And you don't gotta wait the entire time, but if it's a newer car, but if you definitely have like an older car, you definitely gotta let it heat up.
Yeah.
Or you gonna be assed out.
And even because Joe was like, how long I gotta wait? I mean, like maybe 10 minutes max. Like 10. Like I'm getting it going. I don't give a fuck.
At least 5. At least 5. And if you do just drive off immediately, don't just go 0 to 60. You can if you take off, you can go off. You could turn it on, go off, and then go like 5 miles per hour, 10. Don't be trying to hit 30, 40. Because your car's still heating up.
I'm saying, like, you really shouldn't be putting your foot on the gas.
Yeah, just let it idle by itself and move.
Right. Or ease off the brakes up. But back to our main topic. So today there's been a lot of, as of today,
yes, sir,
throughout the different weeks and days, there's been a lot of news. Some would say good, some would say bad, some would say tragic,
some would say interesting.
Yeah, some would say interesting in terms of the DC universe and what they got going on over there with James Gunn and Peter Safran. But the first thing, because there's a lot of stuff that came out, but we'll just go into each thing that I've seen. So the first thing is, I'm pulling up my notes right now. His Wonder Woman 3. So the director, I forgot her name, but I know she's a very prominent director, and she was supposed to do some Star Wars project, but did it for this movie specifically, Wonder Woman 3, but they canceled it. So there's been a lot of cancelings going on in the DC, as you know, James Gunn and his partner in crime are trying to figure out how to linearize the DCU, because right now it's all over the place.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of pocket universes, I guess you say,
in a way, like
pocket
things
movies
that you wouldn't think, because things that are supposed to be in continuity, but you don't know if they are. Also, shows that are getting canceled, especially over there in CW. I think the only thing they got going on is The Flash, and they on their last season.
I didn't even know The Flash. I'll be honest, I thought The Flash ended like 2 years ago. It's still going?
It's still going, but I think this is their last. Like after this season, they're done.
Is old dudes even still on there?
Yeah. Wait, who?
The main nigga. That's
main Flash. Yeah, he's still on there.
Damn.
Guy, whatever his name is.
I know you. Yeah.
Yeah, he's still the Flash, but he done. I only seen like bits and pieces of the Flash. I heard the first couple seasons were good. After that, it just got very convoluted, as the Flash tends to do in the DC, thanks to the Speed Force. But back to Wonder Woman 3. So that movie's getting canceled. I'm pretty sure for like continuity reasons. I'm thinking this is leading to, and I'll get to this later as we get to kind of get through the rest of the news, but I'm thinking they're gonna do like a full reboot. Yeah, that's what it's smelling like in the waters. That's what it's looking like, especially with this next piece of news that I'll get to. But That's what it's smelling like.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a full reboot because the next piece of news I'm guessing you're going to talk about is next piece of news is Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
If you've been living on the rock and don't know who that is, that's Superman.
Right.
He put out a release, well, I guess you could say press release. He put out a note on Instagram saying that he will not be Superman again. He said he went and talked to James Gunn and I don't remember the other
Peter
person's name.
Safran.
Yeah. So he went and talked to them, talked about like what's the future holds, how his character is going to be more involved. And they said, nigga, clean out your locker, go home.
Essentially, yeah, that's basically what happened. And even to give prior context, and this kind of goes into another piece of news I was going to talk about, but for those who've seen Black Adam, the movie's been out for damn near a month and a half, and it's on HBO Max. It's a show on HBO Max, and you ain't seen it yet. I'm sorry, I'm spoiling the shit. But in the end credit scene, you see Henry Cavill come up in the end, and I was like, oh shit kind of movie. Like the movie was already kind of Like it had some good scenes, it had some good sparks in there, but mainly the end credit scene, you see Henry Cavill in his Superman suit, and it's like, oh shit, this was basically them saying he's coming back, because even prior to that, we were getting some rumors and things like that, like maybe he might not come back. Is he going to the other dark side in terms of Marvel? Is he doing other different things? Because I think around that time he left The Witcher.
Yeah, and then they were trying to see if he was going to come back to that.
Well, there's rumors. I don't know if anything's confirmed, but there's rumors thinking that one of the main reasons he left The Witcher was because of him being promised essentially to be Superman going forward. Yeah. And him getting a Superman like Man of Steel 2 in the works. Yeah,
because that's what he kind of said in the note on Instagram. He was pretty much saying, like, back in, I think he said October or something of last year. It was sometime earlier before all this stuff. He was saying, like, they asked him to come back. Like at first he was still saying, oh yeah, I was done. That's when he was like, oh yeah, I'm done being Superman. But they kept telling him to come back. So that's why he came back, did the thing with Black Adam, and now they're like, oh no, we're done with you.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, and even prior to that, after I think like a few days after the release of Black Adam, he made a video on Instagram saying he was coming back as Superman. So that's when everyone got excited. The rumors started coming about Man of Steel 2, and different things like that. And then just for him to make this post saying like he is not happening, I think he kind of went in being told one thing, and because prior to that, this was still before James Gunn came in. Yeah, because prior to him making that video and when Black Adam came out, there was still no, I guess, CEO, like creative CEO for the DC. This is before the James Gunn era. Yeah. When James Gunn came in, he's coming in with a bag of chips.
Yeah, he coming in with his baggage. He's saying, these are my ideas. This is what I probably envision the DC doing or starting out as now. And so, shit, you give him the reins. You can't really go against it at that point.
Yeah, and then I think, I'm pretty sure there's people out there saying like, because I saw on Twitter, fire James Gunn was trending, all these different things, that and the third. And I don't believe that James Gunn didn't want Henry Cavill to be Superman. I think they were trying to find a way to make everything work while still bringing back the people from the old universe. But he was just probably looking at it, and it's just like, to take a line from Thanos, as long as people that remember what is, they're not gonna appreciate what was. What is. I think I said that backwards. But as long as there are people that remember what was, people ain't gonna appreciate what is right now with the DCU. Like we can have this, DCU with Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, and like this new, I guess, universe. But if you see those three Trinity people, there's always gonna be like the Snyder Bros in the back, foaming at the mouth, like, we can we can
Why is this
get
movie
it back.
Why isn't this movie so dark? Like, damn, nigga.
Or not even that. I'm just saying, like,
No, I know what you mean.
they have like the idea, like maybe it could come back. No, it needs to die. And I think the main way of that happening is just a full reboot with full recastings. It's unfortunate. You know, I really liked Henry Cavill as Superman. I think he played the role as best as he could with the material he was given.
Yes.
And you can really say that about a lot of different people. Even just with the other recastings that I can see happening, you know, they're probably going to release Aquaman 2, and then from there, you know, he'll be recast as Lobo, which will probably suit him more. But I think, you know, people like going in, people didn't expect themselves to gravitate to Jason Momoa Aquaman as well as they did. You know, they're like, he's a completely different take on Aquaman. You know, prior we got this blonde hair, blue eyed nigga in the ocean. Now we got this Drogon in the water.
Yeah, literally Drogon in the water.
Or Khal Drogo in the water. And it's just like, wow, I didn't know I needed this. I didn't know I liked this. You know what I'm saying? So he definitely killed it as the role. And it's going to be unfortunate to see him not be Aquaman if they're going that full reboot route. But, you know, I think it's what's needed, honestly. You know, I hope we can get Gal Gadot back in this new continuity, because outside of Wonder Woman 1, I don't really see a lot of people I don't think a lot of people are upset about the idea that Wonder Woman 3 was canceled, especially if it was going to take place in another previous event. You can kind of retcon those events in a way. Like, you can say they happened, but you don't necessarily have to address that they happened. You know, we can still have Gal Gadot Wonder Woman in this new universe with like another, you know, Superman and Batman.
I don't think they're gonna bring her back.
This is me being hopeful, but they probably aren't.
Yeah, I don't think she's coming back.
Unfortunate,
because at this point with the way stuff has been announced so much back to back, it's pretty much saying it is a clean slate of everything. Everything you knew or thought of is gone now. That was the old. And the only thing that kind of worries me is, now that you are doing a full reboot again, are you going to take your time, or are you going to rush again? I know, and James Gunn is a good director and everything. Like, he's amazing. But how much pressure besides yourself is DC going to put on him to say, oh, we need you to release maybe this amount of projects or get this done? So how fast are they about to be like rebooting this? Is it going to be like, oh, we get a Superman, Batman, maybe a Justice League movie over the spans over 5 years, or is it going to be like, we're getting these 3 movies over 2 years?
Yeah, I mean, that's a real concern. But I think just from what I've seen and just how I feel that James Gunn is, I think they respect him. I think he's a respected individual in the movie industry. He's a fan of the material. From what I've heard, he's also working on the new Superman project, you know, and writing it, which is good. You know, there's a lot of people saying like, oh, we're getting Guardians of the Galaxy Superman. I'm like, no, but even if we was, so what? You know, I would watch that shit. Like, in terms of the tone and the vibe, you know, but I trust his. Oh, what were you about to say?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I trust his creative vision, you know, just from what we've seen with the Guardians of the Galaxy, now about to be trilogy, with Peacemaker, and with the Suicide Squad movie he did. You know, I can definitely see him making a solid DC, I guess, cinematic universe, probably starting with Superman.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because he talked about that, James Gunn. He said that it's not gonna be a full retelling or like a full origin story. It's gonna be so it's gonna. I think it's gonna be like you already know who Superman is, and nigga, like, I don't gotta do all this. He crash land, all that stuff. I think it's supposed to be like the Superman's already started and stuff, right? So I think it's gonna kind of be similar to how Spider-Man was, where it's like you already know who Spider-Man is, just start in his life.
You're right, yeah, it'll probably be like an earlier Superman, younger, probably year 2 Superman, like it's kind of similar to how the Batman was. Like, that was year 2 Batman, you know, we've skipped that. You know who he is.
Yeah, we don't got to see your parents die.
We don't have to retell his story. We just gotta rebrand his image from what was with the Snyderverse,
and just see who the new faces are of the same characters we know.
Exactly. And then I'm pretty sure with this, people are probably hopeful that they could start it with the Batman. But from what I've heard, James Gunn came out and said, the Batman with Matt Reeves' universe is his own thing. That's not tied to his plans for the DCU. So
it's
Robert
safe.
Pattinson. Yeah. So essentially, yeah.
That's all I need. Hey, I'm not.
So that's gonna be his own Batman trilogy.
Good.
Like nothing tied to what James Gunn has in terms of like the main DC cinematic universe.
Okay. I would want him in the DC cinematic universe, but I'm kind of glad it's on its own.
Mm-hmm. I still think it could start with him. I think the movie did good enough to where it's open-ended to tie into anything. But, I understand that, they don't want to play it safe, but it's just like, my thing is like, how many times are we going to see Batman? Like how many Batmans, live action
I'll be
Batmans
honest,
has it been at this point?
Has it? Well, we got Keaton, we got the Dark Knight
Adam
trilogy,
West, Christian Bale.
Yeah, that's 3 of his movies.
George Clooney, someone else.
So that's 6.
And then Robert Pattinson and Ben Affleck. So that's 7 Batman.
No, that's like 8.
At least 7, probably 8. You're right, but definitely at least 7 Batman.
Shit, it might be 9 because Christian Bale's was 3. You got Keaton, you got West, you got Ben Affleck, it's like 8 or 9. A lot. But the thing is, Batman is the one character that I feel you can make as many movies of him as you want and people will still watch it. Other characters, I don't know, you can't do that. Superman, I think they maybe have 3 more origin-ish movies they can do before people are like, we don't give a fuck about Superman. I mean,
which is crazy. I don't know. I would challenge that in the sense of like, the 3 most popular superheroes in the world is Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. So I'm pretty sure if you put a Superman project out there, whether it's good or not, it's gonna make money. Not Batman money, but money regardless.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think like it's depending on how it is. If you put a Superman project out there, it's gonna get viewership and money. Like with the Superman and Lois show, I haven't seen that yet, but from what I've heard and what I've read, it's getting good reviews and different things like that. But I don't know.
Interesting time to be.
It's just
Superman
like with DC,
fan.
Batman. They know Batman is like they cash cow. You could literally they can shit Batman out and it's gonna make money.
If they did,
they just trying to figure that out.
They did a whole Bat Family like storyline of movies. They would make so much money. It's actually insane.
They would. I don't know why they're scared of the Bat Family.
I think they just don't know how. I think they could definitely do a Red Hood movie. They could. I think what they're scared of is Batwoman / Batgirl. What's old dude, the black dude that's they got the suit, Lucian's son or
Luke Fox.
Yeah, I think they scared to do a movie with him. They're scared to do a Batgirl movie, and I think they kind of scared to do Nightwing. Those 3. But they would definitely. I think they would do a Damian Wayne, and I think they would do a Red Hood. Since they're more violent, I think they would do those.
I don't know. I mean, I can see that. I don't understand. Maybe people are just still, in terms of like people as in like Hollywood. Maybe Hollywood still like DC Warner Brothers Hollywood has not gotten over the failure of Batman and Robin, because it's not like they haven't done a Batman and Robin movie. They did. It just was ass. And there's like, nope. See right here. This is why we don't want no Robin.
They bring it up every 20 years. They're like, we can't do it, man.
Can't do it, man. Look what happened with George Clooney and old dude. We can't do it. It won't work. Mm-mm. Even though they tried to imply that at like in that one Christian Bale Batman. I think like Batman. It was like The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, old dude that was the detective.
Yeah.
Or the lieutenant, whatever. Yeah, yeah, he was robbing.
There's implying that he would be like a Robin or the next Batman, but that storyline never developed.
Yeah. So we got Wonder Woman canceled, Superman getting recasted.
And then in terms of like some other news, the Black Adam sales, it's success. I remember saying previously when we first were talking about Black Adam and like with the trailers and stuff, I was like, this is going to determine, well, this was prior to James Gunn, but this is going to determine where they go from here in terms of like the DC EU. I think if Black Adam was more successful, and I think what really killed it, well, one of the reasons that kind of killed it was it came out relatively close to Black Panther. Like, if you had the money, you could see both movies the same day. Yeah. Like in terms of Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and Black Adam. So it was like, as regular viewers, they were probably just like, oh, well, I'm not going to watch a Dwayne The Rock movie. I'll watch Black Panther, though. So I'll skip that. But
did it come? Oh, keep going.
No, I was just saying, like, it came out in that same month or like in the same few weeks apart. So it was like, and they were still in theaters around the same time together. So I think that didn't help it because the movie cost about, it was like 190 something. So we'll just say it cost basically $200 million to make. This is without, the cost of marketing and things like that.
Okay. So, I was trying to see. I was like, I knew the date changed. So at first it was supposed to be Black Adam was supposed to be released in July.
Right.
Then they moved it to October.
But it costs about $200 million to make, and this is without marketing.
Damn.
This is without marketing and promotion.
$200 million?
$200 million to make. It grossed 384. So we'll just round up and say it grossed like 400 million.
They got 200 million back.
It's 200 million
off the base.
Off the base, but
not
minus
counting
production, minus cost, minus marketing cost. It only, let's just say, it made like a few $100 million,
if even that.
And The Rock was boosting this movie, thinking it was gonna make $1 billion movie. It was gonna make Endgame movie, Iron Man 1 movie money.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So, in his eyes, and not to discredit like the businessman that The Rock is, but it just, things did not go in his favor. And I think if it was a lot more successful, then maybe James Gunn would have been more inclined. Because again, this movie came out before the arrival of James Gunn. So I think James Gunn was kind of banking on the success of this movie, and him seeing like the aftermath of it was just like, yeah, no, this can kind of get scrapped.
Dang, that is a good point.
This could kind of get scrapped. We still have yet to hear anything about the Flash movie outside of the previous trailers we got from DC Fandom, and that was damn near 2 years ago.
Oh man, that movie!
I'm just each waking moment, I'm more and more nervous about what the Flash it will be, and hoping that Ezra Miller don't do no shit again,
bro. That
because they need to after this movie come out, they need to go to. I don't even say jail. They need to go to some asylum, somewhere, some ward. Island, some shit off Shutter Island by himself.
Because
goddamn.
Hey man, y'all want to talk about a villain, bro? That's a villain, bro. That's another Voldemort, bro.
And the problem, don't say his name. But and I was talking to Feeq about this off air, but like they're kind of pigeonholed with the Flash because he's in this movie 3 times as 3 different characters.
And I didn't even know this till Dana brought it up.
Because it's the main Flash. It's another alternate universe Flash. Because if you go back to that teaser with him behind Michael Keaton, it's him, another version of him, and Supergirl in the back. And from the rumors, I guess, of the previous plot, it's supposed to be another, I guess, evil version of himself, maybe playing Reverse Flash. That's very fitting. But
very fitting.
Him So it's like, to people saying that, oh, they can recast and refilm, he's in this movie 3 times.
Yeah.
That's going to cost a shit ton of money on top of marketing, CG. All this implies, so like, I don't know what James Gunn is doing. I don't know what part James Gunn is playing in this movie, but I don't think this is an overstatement in saying that this is DC's most important movie that they have coming out.
And it's almost important for the wrong reason.
Exactly.
Because it's like, how, with all the controversy surrounding that person, it's like, I know, actually, no, I don't know, because people in HR be acting crazy sometimes too. So I was going to say, it's almost like you don't want to release the movie because all the stuff happening, but you have to at the point because you wasted so much money on it. And it's like, at this point, you just got to release it.
Right. They're definitely not Batgirl.
Just to get just to get money back.
If they Batgirl the Flash, nigga.
That means James Gunn strong arm that said, that means James Gunn had a meeting with whoever the CEO and said, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. If you release this, we are done.
Because the only way I can see them Batgirling the Flash is if the movie is done filming and there's little to no like reshoots they can do to change it, like to change whatever. Because, and I kind of agree with James Gunn approach. From what it seems like, they're like, anything that ain't got shit to do with the future of the DCU, like in terms of like being this large connected universe,
Release
like with Batgirl, maybe Peacemaker, that's why they're probably keeping some of that stuff around, and all these little shows with CW. If it ain't got shit to do with what we got going on right now, it's getting scrapped. Like Wonder Woman 3 is getting scrapped. After Aquaman, he getting scrapped and changed it into Lobo. Superman is getting scrapped.
Black Adam, The Rock, gone.
So they really monitoring this Flash movie because, again, this is definitely more important than the Black Adam movie. But it's like, after this, whoever this new Flash is coming through that portal, because it's gonna be a new Flash.
Yeah, they got.
There's no way from the shit that they did earlier in the year they're coming back.
Yeah,
there's no way. So after this, it's gonna be a new Flash.
I'd be surprised if they even allowed them at whatever type of premiere they have.
He gonna be locked up in a straight jacket
in the aisle, bro. They
gonna be in a straight jacket.
They roll him down the aisle. Hey, bro. That would be a sight to see, man.
Oh man,
but okay.
But that just so yeah. It's just the DC. And I almost feel bad for James Gunn because it's like he came in with the house burning down, like the house, in the house, meaning like DC, like the shit is burning down.
I think the house is burnt down. I think he's rebuilding the foundation.
He definitely is.
I think he
is. You're right.
He bought the property, right? He looked at it and said, "These niggas really burnt it down." So he going to court right now. He gotta clear out all the rubble.
He getting all the easements.
He trying to see if the foundation's still straight. What he got to change with it and rebuild the house.
So it's definitely gonna be some years in terms of them getting a DCU, and from different things that I've read and heard, I heard that he's coming out with like a slate of movies or projects that they have in mind, so we can get like a gauge and a timeline of what he has planned that may lead into a multiverse. And back to like the recastings and the people getting scrapped, that's not to say that they won't come back, because the way that the way that Henry Cavill worded his I guess exit letter, they made it seem like the door was still open for him to come back. So maybe he can come back as like an older Superman and like down the line as in like a multiverse movie. This is way past like, the DCEU is solidified and this multiverse exists. You know what I'm saying?
We can bring you back for nostalgia's sake, and it'll bring us money.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I think he did word it saying, when I talked to them, we couldn't really figure out a way for my Superman to fit the current vision to start the new DCU, something like that.
Right. So he can definitely still come back that don't mean Marvel ain't gonna call him up and be like, "Hey, we need you to play Hyperion in this Eternals 2 movie right now."
If Henry Cavill goes to MCU, ooh,
I think it's possible. There's no way after he posted that Kevin Feige didn't call him and ask him about
somebody called him.
There's no way he didn't get a call,
or somebody called his agent. I was about to say either somebody called him directly
or his agent,
and it was like, "Look, we want to talk business."
Mm-hmm. Now, there's some other news where he came out and said that he's working on like a cinematic universe for this like game called Warhammer 40,000. For those who don't really know, trying to get like the layman's terms of what that game is, it's basically like StarCraft and League of Legends in a way. There's different factions of races in this intergalactic world that fight and different things like that. So it's like a tabletop game, things like that, like Dungeons and Dragons, because he's very big on that. Like that's one of his pastimes. He makes PCs and he just be playing Warhammer all day. So I'm glad that he has something that he's doing that occupy a lot of his time. So that's probably another reason why he couldn't do The Witcher, because he was doing that on top of The Witcher, not really staying true to the source material. And that's one thing that Henry Cavill is very big on. Like he's very big on being true to the material, being true to the source material, and not trying to like stir away from it if it doesn't make sense. Okay, and I think that's what he was kind of sensing with DC and then with The Witcher. And it was just like, yeah, dog, y'all niggas bullshitting. I'm done.
Goodness gracious. So the DCU, we got a timetable probably about the next 10 years then they established.
Yeah.
It's going to be very interesting.
Very interesting. By that time, we'll have a new MCU.
Literally. Well, they might reboot that whole.
Yeah.
At that point.
We're going to have Tom Hardy Wolverine. No, I'm playing.
Hey, I'll turn up.
I was thinking, because Joe brought this up when we were watching Logan, and it kind of brought up the idea in my head of like if Butcher from The Boys played Wolverine, would you want to see that?
He could play Wolverine. It's just I would only be thinking about The Boys, and I'd be like, "Oi!" But he could play Wolverine. I saw somebody fan cast him as Lobo. They made an edit. I see that too. Yeah, it looked pretty cool. If he played one of those roles, they just have to get him fitter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then other people arguing like, "Oh, well, he was already in the MCU as Hela's servant." I'm like, okay.
Bro, nobody cares about that.
Nobody cares about him. That's an easy.
Everybody forgot that he was even there.
Exactly. I remember I brought the shit to you, and she was like, "He was?" I was like, "Exactly."
Nigga, I forgot. Until you just said it right now. In my mind, when you was like, I won't even care, bro. Just now when you was like, he was Hela's guard, in my mind, I was like, what the hell this nigga talking about?
You about to say Ragnarok.
Yeah, I remember. Not Scourge. I forgot his name.
His name doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your name is. The Rock would say. But yeah, all this being said, I guess who would you want to be like Superman going forward?
I was trying to think about it.
The Rock.
Stone Cold.
Hell no. Steve Austin is the Superman. I'd rather see Triple H.
And I drank a beer.
What?
And I drank another beer.
What?
2 beers.
What?
3 beers.
Imagine that nigga talking to Lex Luthor, whoever that is.
That would be hilarious. I think Jensen Ackles could do it. I think, bro, who's some actors?
I was thinking Jensen Ackles too, but I don't know. Like, I'm just still thinking about what he did
as Soldier Boy.
In The Boys. I could see him being a century better than
he could be an angry Superman.
Yeah,
I say that.
But we don't need no angry Superman.
Yeah, we don't. We need a hope. Other actors.
I was thinking like Bomber. He plays a negative man in Doom Patrol. I know you haven't seen that show yet, but I can see him being like a Superman, like a younger Superman, and being good in that. I feel like he has the look, you know. I'm just saying, like, who's some white actors?
That's what I'm thinking. That's not old. Cause I'm thinking about all old people. I'm thinking about like DiCaprio, Tom Cruise, and all them. They are old.
Could you imagine Tom Cruise?
Tom Cruise, short ass.
Nicolas Cage. Hey, there was an edit where he was supposed to be Superman. At one point,
burst out laughing. Jensen Ackles the only one that comes to mind. What is his name?
I mean, if it's a young, I guess like mid-20s Superman.
What's his?
What about old dude from?
This is sound weird, but old dude that played Beast in X-Men First Class. He could be a Clark Kent. He couldn't be Superman, but he could definitely be Clark Kent. Bro, you don't think he could be Clark Kent?
No. Clark Kent, maybe just because how I guess corny he looked as Hank McCoy in First Class. I don't know about Superman, dog. I was thinking maybe Billy from Stranger Things.
You don't think he? Oh, Billy.
But I can see him more as like a Human Torch rather than Superman.
Yeah, I think he'd have to be more. I won't say rugged character, but somebody that's more of an asshole.
Yeah, really. I guess only thing I can see is like Jensen Ackles, unless they find somebody off the street,
or if they get what's his name who played Sentry. I mean not Sentry, freaking Icarus.
Yeah, him.
I forgot it. I don't know why I don't remember his name.
Rob Stark.
Yeah,
that's not his real name.
Yeah,
I didn't know
Rob Stark.
That's what he played.
He could play it.
Yeah, I can see that now because he played like a decent like Superman role in Eternals before he went dark. Yeah, Richard Madden.
What about Aemon?
What do you mean?
Aemon Targaryen? One eye?
Fuck that nigga, Matt. No. Oh, you said Amon. I thought you said Damon.
No.
Hell no, not him. That strong ass chin nigga.
That's why.
No.
You ain't see the old Superman? He definitely had a strong shit.
No, dog.
Okay.
Richard Madden, I could definitely see. Especially if they're not bringing him back for Eternals 2. Yeah.
Yeah, those are the only two I can think of. Because I wouldn't want, what's his name? Homelander.
Well, they get Bill Skarsgård, the guy who was it,
bro. All right, bro. We going to the next topic, bro. Imagine seeing his eyes, bro. His eyes protrude out his face, bro. And it's good that he does like kind of scary-ish horror movies because it adds a weird effect. Have you seen this is totally off topic. You seen Barbarian?
Yes,
bro. Him on that. I thought he was
crazy,
bro.
That movie was he wasn't.
That movie was wild. Just because the way it cuts in the middle to a whole new person.
Right.
That's a topic for another day. But
yeah. With all that being said, we kind of got off a little tangent, but DC is in an array.
Yeah.
But I think it'll all work out. Mm-hmm. I do sense a full reboot, a full recasting coming.
Yes.
And honestly, I think that's okay. I think it's what's needed
at this point. Yeah, because at this point, everybody. It's almost like in the back of everybody's mind to say like, "Oh, this DC. I already know the DC movie's probably gonna be bad, but I'm gonna try to enjoy it anyway." So you kind of want to get that taste out your mouth at this point.
Exactly. Release what's already made. Like, don't scrap. Please don't scrap Shazam. I think with Shazam, this is the last point, and then we can go on to the next time. But I think with the Shazam: Fury of the Gods,
I think that's gonna be good.
I think that'll be good. And I think they can still have Zachary Levi as Shazam. And I heard they could probably recast the boy and it still work. It's still recast the boy in like the new Superman logo. Because that Shazam takes place in the Snyderverse. Same with Black Adam. But it's like, if we're moving past the Snyderverse, but we still want to keep people like Shazam, I think if you maybe recast the kid while still keeping Zachary Levi, and not even saying like the kid is bad. I really like the guy who plays Billy Batson.
Yeah.
So I really want to keep everybody, but if we are hard set on this reboot, I think we can still have our cake and eat it too when it comes to Shazam. With The Rock, hey dog, you gotta
go back to Fast and Furious,
right?
But that closes out our DC EU topic. Now, just a little bit. Our next topic is more so on the Japanese side.
Going into our anime section.
Yeah. So recently, an event just happened called Jump Fest. That's where a lot of different studios and stuff, they release new trailers that's coming out, different projects, whether that's movies, screenplays, manga, however you want to say it, that's coming out, different things. So we got a couple announcements from that event.
Yeah, so from there we got, the first thing is Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2.
Yes.
The trailer for that came out. This will be about the Shibuya incident.
Yeah.
We get to see a younger version of Gojo and a younger version of Geto.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know who that lady is, I'm not going to lie.
Which one? The girl?
Yeah.
I
keep
the young
thinking
girl.
Huh?
Which one?
Because I keep thinking it's
the one with the little head wrap on her head.
The one, she like got brown hair and she looks like old girl with the hammer.
It's not her. It's not what's her name? Yuki? It's not her.
Yeah.
Everybody, so it's showing pretty much everybody you've met in Jujutsu Kaisen, from the nurse to old girl with the scar on her face.
Mm-hmm.
All of them, it's gonna show all of them as first years and second years, right?
Right.
So, and then for this part of the anime, it comes out in, I think, July.
Yeah, July 2023.
Yeah. So it's gonna be 2 cores to it. So 2 cores mean 2 parts of an anime. So the first core is gonna be Gojo's past. So that's when you're gonna see Gojo, Geto, and all them as first years and second years going through this incident that happened. And that's when you get to meet Toji.
Yeah, the buff nigga with the sweats.
Yeah, Toji Fushiguro. That's when you get to meet the one-man army. That nigga is yeah. But you go through there for the first half, and you really get to see how OP these like Gojo and Geto are, but also you get to see that's the nurse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's the nurse. That's the one who helped Yuji when he was on that table. To say the least without spoiling. So yeah, you see all them, and then after the first half, I think that first half is probably gonna be like 8 episodes. I don't see it being too long because it was really just fighting. Then you get a little backstory on like the Jujutsu world, and then the second half is the actual Shibuya incident, and that shit, y'all heard me talk about it multiple times on here.
Yes.
When I tell y'all I'm about can we get much higher?
I just showed up a meme, the Feeq of Panda in the Chopper crying face meme.
Yeah,
That's
but
hilarious.
but we get the Shibuya incident. That's probably gonna be, they can make that over 12 episodes. Gojo's past probably will be, I don't see them going over 12. I think they can finish that in 8. But yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 coming out. We also have Vinland Saga.
Yes, Vinland Saga Season 2 coming out. This one will be, I believe, I didn't check the release date on that, but I believe April of 2023. And it'll probably be running for 24 episodes as well. But yeah, dog, Vinland Saga, I've been trying to tell y'all niggas, I need to get on that.
It's the show. It is a very,
I think it's one of the best historical anime pieces out right now. I know a lot of people talk about, what's that one? People talk about this manga a lot. I think it's like Kingdom.
Yeah, Kingdom.
They talk about Kingdom a lot.
I think deals with Chinese. I think a Chinese war. Yes, I think
in terms of historical pieces with anime, well, manga. This one is definitely up there. I'm trying to tell you, this season we'll be getting like an older version of Thorfinn. He'll be like a slave, like a runaway slave with these 2 people. working on a field with Askeladd and the king now, who was the prince last season, coming into his own with Askeladd, dealing with the repercussions of killing the king in front of everybody. For those who don't remember that.
Sladding that nigga. That was my jaw dropped when that shit happened.
And just getting close to the villain.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's going to be a masterpiece.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy. I'm definitely going to be watching that weekly. And yeah, it's been the Saga season 2 though.
Mm-hmm.
Next we
also got Spy Family's gonna continue. It's still going on right now. I think they just did the last episode of the season, but they're gonna continue to the next season next year. They also supposed to have a movie announced. I don't know what the movie would be about. I don't know if it's still gonna follow the manga or manga, or if it's just gonna be like a movie solo type story. Because I haven't read all of it. I'm a little bit ahead of the show, not too far because it's catching up now because I haven't read in a minute. But that's coming out. We also have Hell's Paradise coming out April, I think. April. It's premiering April. For people that don't know, if you like Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man, Hell's Paradise is pretty much like the third of those dark-ish anime, manga, whatever, that deals with like ghosts, demons, cursed spirits, all that stuff. It deals with those. And I believe Hell's Paradise is about a dude who's on death row. And I may totally be off. I'm not looking at the description right now. I think it deals with death row inmates, and they have to find like the elixir of life or something. They're like banished. It's something weird, but that's set up. Another big news that kind of came out was Blue Exorcist.
Yeah. So Blue Exorcist is releasing another season, and I read somewhere, this was a comment, there was no source, but I'm thinking they're saying that it'll probably be similar to how Full Metal Alchemist did Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. So like a reboot, like retelling of the story, but being more, I guess, manga accurate. So I don't know. Hey, I'm excited. I really liked the original Blue Exorcist. That ending was wild. It was crazy. Yeah, it's been some years actually since I finished that, but
yeah, I don't remember the last time. I think I watched that and
then I think they had like a spin-off season. I remember starting that on Hulu, but I don't remember finishing it, or if I did, I may have fell asleep at the ending. But yeah, so I'm excited for that. And next we got Dr. Stone season 3. So this will be after the Stone Wars.
The boys on a boat.
Yeah, on a boat with some pirates. This is Dr. Stone New World. And basically, I think they're going to a new island. Keep in mind, I don't read. So for those who want to get on my ass.
It's a crazy statement. I don't read.
and try to tell me that, I'm wrong. Keep in mind, I do not read that manga. I don't read manga. I don't read manga.
Yeah. So I read manga, but I do not read Dr. Stone.
So from what the trailer is telling me, it seems like they're going to another island, and there's probably other people that are freed from there. They'll probably have to fight them. It seems like there's some pirates over there, and yeah, so they'll be reading about that. They'll be doing that. They'll probably be trying to, always. We're trying to re-civilize civilization. Start that back up with Senku.
Yeah.
One of the greatest main characters ever made.
Does Senku have the best dad in anime? When you think about it? Because I thought about it. I think he has a top 5.
He's up there. It's his best dad. I don't know if because there's been some shitty dads in anime.
A lot of them. Majority of them. I've been thinking about it. Like he really gave him a layup with a lot of stuff, even though he was freaking I forgot how many years before they came out of being stoned, but he still was able to set stuff up for him. Something to think about.
Yeah.
We also got anime coming out called Undead. Let me make sure I say it right. Undead Unlock. Am I right? Yeah, Undead Unluck. So with Undead Unluck, pretty much the premise of that story goes is it's a dude, he immortal, but he want to die, because most stories we see with people that are mortal, they're like, I don't want to do this no more, which kind of tells you you don't want to live forever, huh? And then it deals with this, he meets this girl, or I think the main character is the girl actually. She's supposed to be like unlucky, everything that goes bad with her. So they end up meeting each other, and then they find out somebody's like trying to capture or chase both of them. So they go through these different trials and tribulations, but I believe it's action and something else for genre. I'm not sure specifically, but the trailer released for that. We also got a news on the Black Clover movie coming out next year. So that's Wizard, what's the name of it? Wizard King. Sword of the Wizard King.
Wizard Kelly?
Sword of the Wizard King. I do not know the premise of this movie. I think this is a one-shot style, so I don't think it's really canon. I think it's just showing the characters like most anime movies are. Black Clover, interesting. I think it's a good watch. I won't say it's the best thing ever, but it's good enough to watch.
Yeah, I've watched like the first episode.
Oh no, that first episode's awful.
And I haven't watched it since.
I'll say that. Hey, this is a total disclaimer. People about to think I'm shitting on Black Clover. I actually have read not all of it, but I read up to a point. I like it. It's good, but Asta in the first few episodes was oh my goodness, bro. He was so annoying. I had to I felt like I was in the trenches watching.
Would you say he's more annoying than Naruto in Naruto? Like them first episodes on that I want to be Hokage, believe it type shit. Would you say he's more annoying than that?
His was a different type of annoying, because Naruto was annoying because he repeated stuff, but Asta just yells. Everything he did in those first few episodes was just yelling, and I was like, bro, this really what y'all wanted me to watch, man? But
yeah,
once it gets past that first set of episodes and he actually gets on a squad, it's a little better. And that last season, I can't lie, it was good as hell. So it's all right. I'm gonna watch the movie because shoot, why not? Yeah.
Also, One Punch Man season 3.
Yeah,
coming out next year. Well, to make sure I got that, I just remembered that. So I'm excited. And one thing I love One Punch Man, but one thing I hate how long it takes for these seasons to come out. That's one thing I can't stand.
I think they realized after that second season they needed, even though they still officially haven't announced who the studio is. Everybody's saying MAPPA, but that still has not been a official announcement. But I think they kind of realized after that second season, it was good. Some people said the CG was, not the CG, the animation was awful. I don't think it was awful. It was definitely a downgrade.
Yeah,
but I don't think it was awful.
It was a downgrade. It wasn't awful.
Yeah, it wasn't unwatchable.
It wasn't no 7 Deadly Sins bad.
Boy, that shit was, I could have made better animation than that.
But it definitely was not season 1.
Yeah, so I think that this 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah.
I
don't know about 3.
It's been at least 2.
Maybe 2.
However long it's been, I think that's just them.
It's been too long.
Yeah, I think that's them maybe saying, let's let's actually animate it a little better this time. Keep the fans engaged, because some of the art.
They keep it shit engaged if I gotta wait 2 years.
Hey man, people go watch it.
I mean, people are gonna watch it. I'm people, so I'm sitting here complaining. I'm gonna watch that shit. But,
yeah. So we got One Punch Man coming out too. We also got. It was one more, and I don't see it in my notes. I don't got nothing.
don't think I have anything either. Mine. Yeah, the last thing I had was this Dr. Stone season 3. But that's basically it on our end in terms of the anime news.
Oh, I remember Bungo Stray Dogs, new season. Watch Bungo Stray Dogs, bro. It's in my top 5. Watch it. That's all I'm gonna say. The new season comes out. Watch it right now. And so yeah, I think that could take us to our next section, which is our getting our bagger section.
Getting our bagathy, bagalicious, baggity, bag. Oh,
and we're starting the music.
Yeah, bitch, I'm in my bag, bag, bitch, I just made a bag, bag, bitch, I just made a bag of big bag.
And for our getting our bag question today, it is
well, before we get into that, I have a joke.
Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear it. I've been waiting.
Why couldn't the couple get married at the library?
Nobody could object.
No, because it was all booked up.
That's just so bad, bro. It was all booked up.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good one. I'll give you that. I'll give you that one. Okay, that was good. That was good.
Nah, but that's my pun of the day.
Okay. Do you have a getting our bag question?
I really don't. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to think of one on the fly. I guess. Okay, I just came up with one. So, this is going back to DC.
Okay.
What project would you start it without naming Batman or Superman? It cannot be a Batman or Superman movie.
Okay, I'm glad.
But what
I'm
project
glad you said that.
would you start with your DC universe with?
I would start with Martian Manhunter. I would start with Martian Manhunter. The only other option I would do if it wasn't Martian Manhunter is possibly Green Lantern. But I say Martian Manhunter because the same reason I said in our other DC one, I think it was Thick Thighs Save the DCU. It was one of those movies. One of those. Since Martian Manhunter can shapeshift, and in some of the stories he works as like an agent, he could quite easily make contact with the other superheroes. Mm-hmm. So it may be in his movie, if you started off with him near the middle or end, you could say he's fighting a white Martian or some shit. But you could have some stuff where he meets Bruce Wayne. He finds out he's Batman, but he doesn't have to engage beyond that. So you had a connection. Okay, Bruce Wayne's in this universe. We already know he's in the universe, but now we get a face with who it is. And then you can maybe have him meet one other person, or he only meets one other superhero, maybe Superman as Clark Kent, and he realizes, oh, this is Superman, or maybe Superman realizes, oh, this nigga's anatomy isn't human, some shit like that.
That's a good one. For me, this might be out of left field, but I would go with Wonder Woman.
Okay,
but it takes place in the past, with her working with the JSA. So basically, I don't know if you've seen this movie, but it's this newer animated movie. It's like Justice Society of America, World War II. But it's basically a Wonder Woman movie. Like, it's just her working with the JSA in the past. So like, it's still Wonder Woman. You can have her. It doesn't have to be like an origin. Mm-hmm. It can just be like a slight origin, like slight flashbacks in the past, but it's her working with this JSA team, and her doing something, probably her working with them in the World War or something, and then maybe something happens, the rest of them either die or get old or something like that, and then she survives, she's still young. And then she, lives on forever. So like, she's still. Fast forward to the past, she gets the idea for the Justice League meeting, maybe like a Superman or Batman somewhere in the future, like in present day. If it was not one, that would be mine. That or a Green Lantern movie. I really want to see a live action version of Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
I really want to see that.
They're gonna cast Tyrese.
Hell no. I'd rather it be Idris Elba than
Idris Elba
than fucking Tyrese. But or John David Washington. I can see him being a good Jon Stewart. But it's a Jon Stewart Green Lantern story, you know, like an origin story where we learn about him. I guess so that not necessarily Hal Jordan. I think that's been tried and done with Ryan Reynolds and it didn't work. So you still have him, you still have Sinestro. You know, not saying you can't do Hal Jordan in the past, or maybe like Hal Jordan is still a Green Lantern, but you have him already established as a Green Lantern, and like maybe you do some history with him in the past, like saying like, oh, like he was this great Green Lantern, and you know, that this was his ring, but now it's passed on to you. You know what I'm saying? So maybe something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, either a Wonder Woman story with her taking place in the past working with the JSA, or a Jon Stewart Green Lantern story.
Okay, I like those. Let me think. I figured out what my getting a bad question is. So, you seen those TikToks where it's like, oh, it's like Fate of the Universe Online. Who do you want taking the last shot? So, in the spirit of the World Cup, since the World Cup final was today, Fate of the Universe on the line. The Martians have the death beam pointed at Earth. You need one person to score a goal, and I'll make it a little more difficult. They have to score it right outside the box, and they have 2 defenders on them. I'm gonna give you 3. Do you want Messi, Ronaldo, or Neymar to shoot it?
Fate of the Universe on the line. Versus had a death beam pointed on Earth. You better hit it or the Earth goes boom. I want Iguodala. No, I'm kidding. Out of those 3, I would take. You can call it recency bias. I don't care. I would take Messi. Like I've always secretly been a Messi fan since he been with Barcelona, and you know all the great things he did. You know, I would say like Ronaldo second, but definitely this Messi. Like his dribbling skills.
He's a magician.
His shot power with how little he is. I mean, he's only like, what, 5'7"?
Shit, probably 5'5".
And just the power he got behind the ball is really out of Messi or Ronaldo, especially if it's outside the box and there's 2 niggas on him. I think Messi can get past them and, you know, finish the deal.
Okay.
If you would have said Mbappe, I would have took him.
I wanted to add him in, but I knew I would take him too. I won't even lie. I would just take like, Mbappe.
He's just crazy.
Because at first I was gonna say if it's first it was gonna be they're inside the box, the 2 defenders are on them, and the goalie can visibly see them, so it make it a little harder. But I had to say outside the box. If it's Fate of the Universe on the line, you know who I'm choosing? Christian Pulisic, nigga. I'm lying, bro. I'm lying.
Captain
America, boy. USA. Nah, I'm lying like a hoe. I think I would honestly. I want to say my gut's saying Messi, but my head is saying Ronaldo. I think Ronaldo will have a little bit more power behind it, and I think. I think Ronaldo, but honestly, they're tied for me. Neymar was just a name to throw in there.
Yeah.
So Fate of the Universe on the line. It's really Messi or Ronaldo.
To be honest, that's like picking hairs. But yeah, I would take Messi. I don't think any answer is a wrong answer. Really.
Yeah. I think the only one that's I wouldn't even say wrong. Neymar could definitely make the goal too. Shit.
Yeah.
It's not like he that far behind them.
Right. But yeah. Well, with that being said, moving on to our final section, to our redacted rules. So I think this one is my turn.
Yeah, it is.
So this week's redacted rule is, make sure you playing with your heart. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't playing with your heart, then what you playing with?
Okay.
Because it ain't your heart.
Okay. Play with your
I
heart.
don't know if you got that reference. It was like this old YouTube video where it was like a Super High Fire was doing some skit as like a basketball player, and he was acting like he was getting interviewed, and he said that shit. He's like, "Oh, the game is by heart. So you ain't playing with your heart, then what you playing with? Because it ain't your heart." No, but with that being said, a redacted rule is make sure you doing everything with your heart, your emotions. Obviously you gotta think logically, but you gotta have some passion behind it.
That is true.
So
you can't win no World Cup just thinking about it. You can't be no extravagant. You can't get that extravagant lifestyle you want if you just think about it. You gotta have some passion behind the work.
Yeah, gotta have some heart. But I think that being said, I think this brings it to a close. That being said, appreciate everybody listening with us, rocking with us for another episode.
Let us know what y'all want for Christmas.
Yeah, so we can tell it to Santa.
Yeah,
because I ain't getting it.
No, for real.
Shit, Christmas is in a week now. Like less than a week.
Yeah,
basically
next
a
week.
week. Next week today. Hopefully everybody's staying warm wherever y'all at. Staying hot. If it's cold, or staying cool. You know what I'm saying? If it's hot where y'all at, then stay cool. If it's warm, if it's cold, then stay warm. Just make sure your body temperature is being regulated. I
don't know what this dude talking about anymore, bro. I just want to thank everybody for continuing to listen to the show. Rate us 5 stars on whatever platform you listen to. We appreciate y'all. Next year we're gonna have a few things coming. My whole trans of thought and speech just got destroyed. Goodness gracious. New things on the way. That's what I meant to say.
Yes, sir.
And with that being said, it's your boy Feeq.
It's your boy Dana Dane.
And we out.
Peace.
Recipes call me, I'ma show 'em how to shoot. On the 4-5, jump in the ass, my crew. Yeah, I'm stepping with a fed, keep it all of the hoes on mute. Pull a little part, could be yellow in a brew. 48 vert, quick burns. Crazy 8s in the back, yeah, the trunk on hot like a cue. 40 on me when I'm in the backseat. Blotter, paper pre-cut. Chris make juice, it'll drop like ink. Shane came with a clean plate, came with a sink. The Parator came with a mink. Tricones white like paint. My hoe by the hoe, cause she know it's my king. Hit on my side, cause I drop a song. Think you should hit up the link. The phenotype came from the pink Colombian thing. Yeah, the genetics unique. Cellular right on the beat. I'm teaching the hoe like I'm Play-Doh. I got the veggies like by the tomato. You got a basic called making Alfredo. I put a bag on a hoe my payroll. I get active at night, then I lay low. The salmon was breaded with panko. Shrunk in my soup, I believe it was Mako. Got my Soviet clutch in the Draco. You said it was bacon, we taking your cake though. I got the tree like a poplar. I've been at 10